Virgo, your weekly love tarot reading begins with a Four of Swords, an Ace of Pentacles, a Seven of Pentacles, and a Page of Swords. Your person is coming in with the Queen of Cups, King of Pentacles, Hangman energy, and a Three of Swords. Oh, a betrayal is on deck. Okay, a Nine of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So dealing with some struggles. We're going to come back to that bottom card, but right away I look ahead and I see there's some angst there for your person, some shadow. So let's jump right into it, Virgo. How do you come in and how does your person? Well, for you, you're kind of pulling away. You're not really sure how you want to move forward with this relationship. You know, you're taking some time to sort of decide, you know, where am I? What do I want to do? And you're just, it's not so much that you're confused or anything like that. It's more that you're really taking some time to think out what your next steps are. Queen of Cups comes in for your person right now. So your person is very emotional. They're wanting to exchange, right? They're wanting to share with you on a deeper level. But I think right now you're just kind of presenting with not a lot of anything because you are trying to make up your mind. Or you're trying to decide or plan out how you want to move forward. And why is that? Let's go a little bit deeper, Virgo. Let's go a little bit deeper. So, Queen of Swords, yeah, and Star energy. So you're dealing with somebody who wants something with you, but you are beginning to search your feelings and your heart. And I think you're starting to sort of question whether or not they are really the type of person or the person that you want to be with. You know, like Queen of Swords has to be very, very honest with herself, and she has to communicate in an honest way. And something is going on with you right now, Virgo, that is making you really reevaluate exactly how you feel. And perhaps how you're communicating that as well, because you may be communicating one thing or thinking you're communicating one thing and it's coming across in a very different way. So this is a real period of reevaluating. And then as I look ahead, you have Seven of Pentacles in a relationship. So everything right now for you is all about taking a moment to take stock, reevaluating, searching your heart, your feelings, you know, and being like, well, hang on a second. What do I really want? What do I really, really want here? Let me be honest. Your person, meanwhile, is here for you. They're there. They're ready to exchange energy. You are, you know, this relationship for them is very much a dream come true. So this is an interesting, sadly for your person, an interesting twist. Now, how do you guys see each other? You know, Ace of Pentacles and King of Pentacles. Well, for you, you can see that with them, there's a possibility of a connection, a new connection, a very real connection. And for them, they see in you somebody, you know, they like who you are and what you bring to the table. Somebody who's very successful, somebody who's very good at their job, you know, like you tick all the right boxes. And at the same time for you, you see that this is a good opportunity. Like, there's nothing bad about this opportunity with this person. It's just, do you really love them? Do you really want it? Is this really, really what you want? It's almost like one of those, I get this feeling of like, wow, you know, this is a no-brainer. Anybody else would jump on this, but I don't feel it. I'm not sure I should. Something in your heart is kind of telling you, I don't know. I don't know if I want to move forward. Eight of Wands, there's a lot of confusing communication coming in. And Ace of Wands, wow. So yeah, I think that for you, Virgo, you have a lot of feelings and emotions, and you have a lot of energy coming into you right now that's causing you to pause. That's confusing, I want to say, your emotions and how you feel. You know, there's just a lot that's coming into you right now that is making you take your time and think about things. Ace of Wands energy for your person. They want to move forward. They're feeling really positive and passionate about this connection, and they're wanting to move forward. And yet for you, it's overwhelming. You know, any action that they take towards moving towards this connection with you overwhelms you. It's just too much. Now, how do you guys see your role in the relationship? Well, again, as I said earlier, I'll come back to a reevaluation. Seven of Pentacles. You're kind of beginning to look around and say, well, is this really what I want? Is this it? Is this what makes me happy? And your person is coming in with hangman energy. You know, they are very much like, they continue to remain of the mind that this is going to happen. I don't think that they're really taking in all of the different emotions and highs and lows and everything that you're going through with regard to this relationship or this connection. I think they're very much, you know, stuck in this viewpoint that, okay, well, everything's fine with my Virgo. We're just going to carry on, and, you know, they'll figure it out sooner or later, but they know they want to be like, they're just not, you know what I mean? They're only seeing what they want to see right now. They're seeing what they want to see in this connection. And meanwhile, you are more and more and more sort of like beginning to move away, not be as focused on this thing with them, and looking outward. You're beginning to pull back a lot more on your life and look at it as a whole, rather than this sort of very concentrated viewpoint that you're having with this person. And as a whole, you're beginning to say, hang on, is this really what I want? How do I really feel about this, right? Let's get some more clarity, because as I look ahead, it's your person's got some heartache coming up. Virgo, you might be out there breaking hearts. Two of Wands. Boom. And the Wheel of Fortune. Something comes in and you decide to go with that. Boom. Straight ahead. And I don't think that straight ahead is towards this person. You have a Two of Wands coming in over that Page of Swords. Something new comes in for you, and with that thing, you know immediately that's what you want. And so with this connection, it's interesting. It's like the whole time you're kind of waffling and what do I want? How do I really feel? Oh my God! Every time they get closer, I get overwhelmed. Yes, I see it's a great opportunity. Yeah, this person is beautiful, successful. They have money. But do I really want it? And then boom, something new comes in and you're like, oh yeah, this is what I want. It's one of those cases of like, I don't know. I don't know what I want, but I know what I don't want. And then when something you do want comes in, you're like, yes. And this is a Wheel of Fortune moment that really happens for your person. Unfortunately, they come out of it feeling quite bruised, battered. I mean, because they've been insisting on holding on to this viewpoint of you two being meant for each other and their dream come true, when it turns out that in fact you do move on with somebody else very, very quickly. I'm not talking about cheating. I'm talking about you probably break up with this person and immediately start dating somebody else. They feel completely betrayed. This has mostly been because, this will mostly be, if it hasn't happened already, because they've just been stubbornly holding on to a particular perspective of this relationship when all the signs have been showing them that you haven't been happy. You, however, move forward with a Page of Swords because clarity has come in. It's one of those cases of when the right person comes along, it's like everything becomes clear. Everything becomes clear. All of a sudden, you understand everything. All of a sudden, you understand your feelings and why you've been feeling the way you've been feeling. And this clarity comes in, Yeah, Virgo. So there you have it. And yeah, there has been a struggle. Nine of Wands. I think that Nine of Wands, as I come back to it, Virgo, it's like a case of you've been feeling quite alone for quite some time, even though you're in this connection, in this relationship with this person. Why? Because something about this relationship or this connection just hasn't been scratching that itch. It hasn't been, filling your sort of, it hasn't been ticking the box for you. On paper, it looks great. On paper, everybody's like, oh yeah, this is wonderful. Why wouldn't you? But for you, it just hasn't been right. And it hasn't been right. And it's like something really right comes in, boom, and it. Now, it is a Wheel of Fortune moment for your person because ultimately, at the end of the day, it's better they know now than later. But at first, it definitely comes off as a heartache. Spirit of the Jester, Spirit of Connections, yes, Spirit of the Moon. Well, there you have it. The Jester is a trickster, a hustler, a thief. Watch out. However that resonates with you. Spirit of connections, a fated meeting, meeting a soulmate. I feel like this is coming in for you, Virgo. This meeting of the soulmate absolutely comes in, and this person is not the one. Spirit of the moon, cycles, visions, and dreams. All right, see how that pertains to you, how that resonates for you, Virgo. Let's pull out your animal spirits for this connection. Yeah. Again, there is nothing, there's no toxicity here from your person. It isn't like this is a bad relationship or anything like that. It's just not, it's just not hitting the spot. Spider and bear, okay, both earth energy. So with this spider and bear, here we go. The spider is all about following your dharma and who you really are. And that is where your security comes from. So yeah, really searching who you are and what is good for you, and not what you think should be good for you or who you think you should be, or the type of partner you think you should have, but really what fits for you. And bear energy, awakening from a spiritual slumber. The bear shows up when we begin to start to see the connections in life. We begin to start to see the connection between the spirit and the earth and the material world, and how we are a conduit between the two. And so the bear is having a lot of enlightening moments right now, understanding. This could very much be like, for instance, for a person who maybe never really believed in fate or destiny or other energies at play, and suddenly is beginning to get a feeling of, oh, hang on a second, maybe there's something to that, because this here really feels like it's meant to be. It's one of those type of moments. All right, Virgo, I am going to leave it at that. This is your weekly love tarot reading. Thank you so much for joining me. If it resonated, if any part of this resonated, and of course it won't resonate with everyone, or maybe even the entire reading won't resonate with you, but if it did in any small part, please go ahead and hit that like button. Consider subscribing or sharing my content. All of that really helps me out, and I appreciate when you take the time to do that. But that's it, Virgo cross watchers. Thank you. I wish you all love, life, and happiness, and I hope to see you guys back here on my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot, next Thursday for your weekly love tarot reading. Bye-bye now.